As you guys are probably aware, I need to get the quest cape still in order to get the completionist cape, and I do have a full progress series on my channel for that. But this video is going to be dedicated to how I think RuneScape 3 quests are absolutely top tier right now and some of the best on the market in terms of the MMORPG genre, especially the modern quests. Absolutely fantastic. I'm going to talk through some of the factors that I think have really made that possible. And RuneScape quests have always been a highlight of the game and have always been pretty competitive out there, but they have really stepped it up. And I'm going to go through all those quality factors in today's video and advocate the fantastic devs who are doing a great job in this area of the game. And I really hope this quality continues into Havenheith, the new expansion that will come out later this year or in 2026. And for me, the Desert questline has really sparked this. And some of these like modern ones like Ode the Devourer and then Beneath Skabara Sands and then Eclipse of the Heart, the finale in the Desert questline, all of those quests together in a package have just really nailed it. And you know, it's crazy because from a personal stance, desert environments in games aren't usually my go-to thing that I get excited about. I'm more into snowy areas or dungeon areas, or just, you know, Falador, Varrock type areas, forests, etc. So when it comes to deserts, I'm not usually hyped for it, but this completely changed my perspective on it. The environment was beautiful and various other factors, and I'll go through all of that today. Jax posted a blog as well, a dev blog, on how the puzzle rooms were designed, the environment and the art. I mean, that entire area is just absolutely incredible. It's been fantastic engaging with the desert quest line, so just absolutely huge props to the devs who have created this entire quest line, the modern dev team who are just really taking questing to the next level. I think modern quests are some of the best I've ever played in any MMORPG out there, especially in terms of the story throughput and how various things interlink over the years. And also, there's no quest helper in RuneScape 3 like there is in old school, for good or bad, depending on your take. Instead, though, they have purposefully designed the quest in a way that is intuitive. They've planted beautiful looking interactive quest symbols in-game and made these parts of the quests instanced as well, so they can manipulate the game world and make it very clear what NPCs are included in the quest, and they can add cool environmental interactions and changes in the environment dynamically related to the quest scenario. This is really neat. The story narrative writing's really good. The new environment, like I've already said, you know, that they've created as part of the Sands of Skabaras was so cool. It really felt like you were meeting a lesser god, so they did that very well. Overall, I felt nicely immersed, and questing is definitely a highlight of RuneScape in terms of the extreme variety, open world travel, and the stories told throughout. They're not just pick and fetch quests for the most part like many other MMORPGs. The steps and actions you take have meaning. I really wish there was a quick shortcut to turn off my entire UI to get even more immersed. A lot of MMORPGs out there have this, a lot of games have this, and I really want it in RuneScape 3. Please, Jax, just come up with a shortcut where we can turn everything off. I know we have the free cam, but that's not the same. You can't move your character around. Just let us turn our UI off really quickly. We all know UI is the big elephant in the room. Most of us hate it. You know, we just deal with it. We get on with it. We ignore that it's terrible, right? We need a huge UI overhaul, but just, you know, even if the UI was really good, I want to get rid of it when I want to be immersed, or when I'm just hanging around in War's Retreat. Maybe I want to turn it off a bit and just feel more immersed in the game. I know this isn't like all about immersion in this game. Absolutely, it's about progress. But generally doing this quest, I really wish there was a quick button for that, because I loved being immersed in this world, in the world of Gielinor, whilst doing this quest. Also, let's take a look at the story narrative writing again. I'm not going to give any spoilers here, but you can select like an abridged version, which is short or straight to the point, or optionally, you can ask for more information to explore the lore in more depth, and that's by choice. You know, I'm loving that player agency. Some people do want to just spacebar through it, but I generally recommend some of these more recent quests. You know, the writing's really good, and overall, you know, you've got that added RuneScape humor in there as well. I'm loving the in-game cutscenes as well during these recent quests. It really adds to the immersion. The voice acting as well. What an incredible addition. I know we've had that sporadically on quests here and there, and I know it's a monetary investment, but it makes such a big difference when you're trying to absorb the lore and the story that's being told.
The betrayal of the stern judges stings like an open wound.
Did you?
Thank you, Ixlaran.
It is my pleasure. May the desert sun shine favorably upon you, from this day to the end of days.
I want more of these, absolutely. And the in-game cutscenes, coming back to that, you know, these were present in a lot of the Fort for In3 quest line, and we're seeing it more and more, and I feel like that segue between in-game to cutscenes that are still using in-game assets really keeps the immersion flowing, and it keeps the player engaged in what's going on. Absolutely loved it. I guess, you know, one critical kind of piece of feedback would probably be down to, is there a way that they could develop a better way of summarizing or wrapping up all of the lore up to a certain point? Because it is an MMORPG, games like this that have huge horizontal progression, there's going to be gaps in time between quest storylines. And so as a player, you know, what I'm expected to remember what I did. Now, they did write a blog, you know, so it was outside of the game. So at least they did something, and they wrote a blog about the journey that we've been on as a player through this quest line over all of the years, going back all the way to, you know, the 2000s. And that was really nice to read through and reminisce on the quest that I'd been through. But I feel like going through like an in-game scenario for that would be even more powerful. It would add a lot to the game context, and I would love to be able to absorb lore through gameplay. And so this leads me on to a video that I really want to recommend to you guys to go and watch that I've uploaded a good few weeks back, and it's effectively referencing a lore catch-up system that World of Warcraft implemented, and I really loved it. I genuinely did. I wasn't even playing WoW actively at the time. They brought this out, and I felt like it was such an under-the-radar, hugely underrated update to an MMORPG in terms of a game mode or system in order to catch you up with lore. Much harder to implement in a non-theme park MMO such as RuneScape, but I feel like there could be some applications, and overall the biggest takeaway from that for me was some sort of catch-up, you know, to catch us back up with the lore before we head back into this latest quest line. Honestly, out of all the quests, this was the one that gave me the most information that really just clicked everything together, which is fantastic. But a bit of background would have been cool too. So that's my piece of feedback there. Please keep this level of quality up with the quest giants. I know this was a huge finale, but let's keep this going. Fingers crossed, guys, that Havenheith has a lot of this stuff in there. Fingers crossed. Also, the soundtracks, absolutely amazing, really adds to the immersion. Audio quality, a lot of people don't play with audio on. Make sure you switch in your audio on, all of your special spell effects, definitely the background music. The emotional impact that the audio has really makes a difference, both the music and the voiceover dialogue. Thank you guys for watching this video about how I think, in my opinion, that RuneScape 3 quests are absolutely top tier. Thank you guys, and I'll see you in the next one.